I'm gonna assume that this has to do with like the ocean, the depths of the ocean, fear of the deep. And I'll have you know, this is something that pertains to me quite personally, as I actually have thalassophobia, like fear of the deep ocean. So I have a feeling that this one might hit a bit extra hard, but we'll see. We'll see. So serene. Ooh.
It's a summer day.
See that right there? That's like my least favorite part. Is like when you're just like right bobbing at the surface, and in that moment that you like breach surface and go under. That's like my biggest nightmare right there. I hate that shit.
Out for an ocean swim.
Like, how you can just like, because it's like the ocean. It's just blue. You just see blue. But then as soon as you go underneath that surface, it's like a whole different world where you are completely out of your element, and it's just empty nothingness for miles and miles and miles. Like how they say, we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about like the depths of our ocean or whatever stuff like that. Not about it.
You take a breath. You head under.
Oh, I don't like this
it's
already.
Beautiful at first. You're
no,
in
it's
a whole
not.
New world.
That's the worst part.
You keep going and going and going.
And going.
As you come up for air, you notice the people behind you are quiet. As
Don't go
nature's
under again. Don't go under again. Please don't go under again.
You just need one more look, though. And
I don't even want to look.
You take one more plunge.
Oh, I hate this so much.
It seems that you may have had a slight miscalculation.
No, this whole video was a miscalculation.
You realize that there's nothing to focus on.
It's just empty darkness.
No floor,
as soon as you go under,
no
there's
fish,
just nothing.
No walls.
It's nothingness.
All there is a void of darkness.
Literally.
A cold, endless abyss.
Get me out of here.
There is nothing
and
there.
Like anything could come out of
yourself,
anywhere at any moment.
The water and the vast unknown.
I'll tell you what, this one's already got me. It's got me on edge. I'm already on edge. Oh my god. NEXPO has really just made a video about my worst fear on this whole entire planet. For 40 minutes. 40 minutes. How long can I sit through before I cringe too much?
The immeasurable expanse that remains one of the world's greatest mysteries.
Oh, just
it
look
is
how dark it is.
Unsettling that our current knowledge of it is minuscule, rivaling that of the moon. And even the planet Mars.
I was just talking about that.
Upon looking at the raw data, knowing that over 80% of this underwater abyss remains unmapped and unexplored to this day, drives home the gut-wrenching realization that we truly know next to nothing about what's actually down there.
Bro, you're telling me, NEXPO.
We know
you're
more
telling me
about the surface of a planet we have never set foot on than we do about the ocean engulfing the vast majority of the planet on which we live.
That's fucked up to think about.
That implication is horrifying.
Yeah, to me too.
It's called
I'm getting shivers.
You could theoretically launch a jumbo jet off the bottom of the ocean's deepest point and hardly make it to surface level at its cruising altitude.
Bruh.
And if you stack the Empire State Building end to end, you would need over 24 of them, one on top of the other, to reach surface level from its darkest abyss. Thalassophobia is a concept that encompasses the fear of the ocean.
Me! That's me!
Actually entails. Some may fear the ocean's gargantuan, seemingly endless size, or fear nature's unforgiving wrath.
Ooh, fuck that.
Or fear becoming stuck within it. Or fear things that don't belong inside of it.
Fuck that.
Or fear what we found.
Ooh. Oh, I've seen a video on that actually. It's like some kind of squid or something. He's got like 30-foot long tentacles or some crazy shit.
Middle shelf separating our world from theirs is coherent.
Hold on.
In reality, though, once you tread off the
just look. He's right there. As close as right here. It's just dark, foggy. You can't see nothing. That's got to be like just a few yards away from him. And this shit goes on for like ever, essentially. It just doesn't end. Like literally anything could come out of this void at any moment.
The beaten path.
No, thank you.
Over the continental shelf.
Deep sea diving, scuba diving. I could never.
Separating our world from theirs. What's actually out there is a seemingly infinite void and a macrocosm that we may never fully
macrocosm explore. Is that a word?
All across, treading the fringe of safety and complete
the whole
danger
of a complex structure, especially the world or the universe.
Completely nothing.
Okay.
Will never not cause me to tense up. There is an entire world below them. A world shrouded in darkness. A world ripe for discovery. A world with caves, valleys,
that looks
entire
cool,
underwater
but also
oceans,
horrifying.
and man-made relics, all just waiting there until the end of time.
The other thing about it that gets me is,
since I was a child,
humans are just not meant to swim. They're biologically not designed to be in the ocean. We are literally designed to stay as far away from that shit as possible. So I don't even think of it as a phobia, okay? I'm doing what I am hardwired to do, which is stay the fuck out of Dodge.
Thalassophobia has unknowingly held me with an iron grip.
I like that NEXPO has the same phobia as me, though.
As we explore a man-made creation.
It makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Pinnacle Rock and its cavernous gorge, infested with creatures unknown. It's funny because paradoxically, I have always felt that the soundtracks to these levels are beautiful, which oddly always counteracted the dread I got from having to endure environments like this. Perhaps it was the fact that, in these games, we are almost always racing the clock.
Subnautica is a game I don't think I could play. There's also that new game coming out. I don't remember what it's called. Fear the Depths or something like that. That looks like nightmare fuel.
You didn't even need
Maybe for like a subscriber special or something, and I have to like face my greatest fear. Then and only then. So if you want to see me face my greatest fear, be sure to go and subscribe over on Twitch and YouTube. It'll be a sight for sore eyes, I promise you that. That being said, I've only ever been to the ocean one time, actually. That was in Costa Rica, actually. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with the ocean, but I don't think I need it. I know deep down that there's bad stuff down there. There's sharks and squids and megalodons and God only knows what the fuck else. I'm a freshwater boy. Right, I'm a lake boy. I was born for freshwater. Lakes and rivers, that's my shit. I can get with that, okay? That's fine. Lakes end, okay? Lakes have a bottom. Lakes have an end.
That proximity sensor sure goes wild, even when we're certain there's no obstacle anywhere around us. Whatever is out there is lurking, analyzing us for just the right moment.
God, I just think
if
I were ever on a submarine,
prepare, and
I would have the
absolute around us.
Worst panic attack of my life. Like I'd probably just
in a way, it's
break
sort of
down and pass out
because it resembles the real world.
Poetic.
Blood oceans upon vast alien moons.
That's quite a way to look at it.
From the concept of our own.
I would say horrific, but poetic works too.
So horrifying. Anytime we enter the ocean, we enter a habitat not made for us. We can't breathe.
Again, exactly what I was saying. Me and NEXPO are truly just one in the same. We're on the same wavelength. He's saying all the things I'm saying.
The thing that drifted ashore.
Have I read this one
before? It
before?
involves the tale of a mysterious object that washes up on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. It's a creature completely alien. It's gargantuan, slimy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
On its face are massive cysts and tumors.
The art is so
with
good in
small
this,
appendages emerging from them.
I should be wearing my Junji Ito hoodie. Damn.
It smells because it's rotting.
In fact, let me
Nevertheless,
Junji Ito hoodie acquired. Now I'm ready to watch.
Among the crowd, we encounter a young boy with an acute fear of the ocean.
It's me. That's
life,
me.
He's had nightmares of floating in the deep sea. surrounded by
had nightmares
hordes
of
of
that before.
massive ocean giants. While out there,
I think I've had this
he meets a
exact
woman
nightmare
named Mie.
before.
She explains that 7 years prior, she had lost her fiancé in a ferry accident. No trace of him was ever found. However, ever since, she's been afflicted with ocean nightmares highly similar to the boys.
Uh-oh, maybe I
As
shouldn't have
she's
said
telling her
that.
story, though,
I don't like this.
the onlookers notice something.
Oh
The
my
creature's
god.
skin has transparent spots,
What the hell?
and on the inside are humans, entirely intact. They cut the creature open.
Ew. Oh. God, it's so disturbing. The art is just so disturbing looking. Look at that. Junji Ito really just knows how to
The
pull those
people are
heartstrings.
still alive.
Has anyone seen the new Junji Ito series, Tales of the Macabre? What do you think? Feel free to let me know.
And it's realized that one of them is Bie's fiancé,
Oh,
the one who went missing years ago. Shortly after, the bile-covered people begin to panic, crawling in all sorts of directions like inhuman monsters.
oh, that's
As it turns out,
supremely
they were
fucked
trapped
up.
inside of this thing for years, living off it like parasites as they traversed the pitch-black deep ocean. And the dreams they had of the ocean giants larger than a school bus were, in actuality, what those inside of it were seeing all those years. Because of their confinement, every person recovered that day was officially declared insane. And the story ends pondering on what else might be out there.
God damn.
The ocean is uniquely fascinating because it's the one medium on Earth in which fact can meet fantasy. Ocean monsters can be thought into existence with hardly a way to disprove them within our lifetime.
Way of putting it.
And the potential of what could be overpowers our collective psyche, as that curiosity may never be satiated.
Fuck, I hate
It
to
seems
think
that
about
until
that.
the end of time, legendary ocean monsters like the Kraken, the Hydra, and the Leviathan will always fascinate us given our sheer inability to explore the habitat in which they live.
That's the thing is,
Tales of the
you
high
can't rule out
seas.
the existence of giant deep sea monsters. You just can't. Anything could be down there, and we just wouldn't know. We would just have no. We just have no way of knowing. Absolutely zero.
Deep sea giants are not fiction, and the condition of abyssal gigantism is, in actuality, the farthest thing from fantasy.
Don't tell me that. What are you about to show me? What are you showing me right now, NEXPO? What is this?
In lieu of the octopi, dolphins,
Octopi.
and vibrant ecosystems embedded within coral
Octopi
reefs,
are pretty cool. I'll give
we
you that.
instead find species
I think there's a lot of
exhibiting
cool
bioluminescence.
Underwater marine life. I think there's definitely really like dolphins and octopi are really cool. But just it really is just the not knowing.
Bearing foreboding teeth,
Ooh.
and riddled with a curious affliction. Colossal size.
What is that? Some kind of worm? A centipede? Jellyfish. Those are jellyfish, that I know. That's a squid. That's a amoeba. A shrimp. A fish. Another
When we
fish.
look at these photos, it's difficult to establish a sense of scale. The colossal squid alone looks relatively unassuming until you're given a visual comparison respective to a
Damn,
human.
that thing is disgusting
The
looking.
oarfish
Ugh, so
appears like a
slimy
minuscule
and
eel
slobby and
until you realize they can
floppy.
grow up to 36
What is
feet long.
that? What did he say that was?
Deep sea gigantism has created a plethora until you realize they can grow up to a human. The oarfish
The
appears like
oarfish.
a minuscule eel until you realize they can grow up to 36 feet long.
What?
Deep sea
And what? And Buddy here's got his dog with it. Bro, this thing could swallow your dog whole.
36 feet long.
What the fuck?
Deep sea gigantism has created a plethora of monsters. Japanese spider crabs bearing 12-foot legs. Deep sea isopods growing multiple feet.
Oh, those things are the worst. Those things are so fucking ugly. Just imagine one of those giant things crawling all over you.
Sea spiders.
I don't even want to.
2 feet long. Anglerfish, the size of humans. The big fin squid, with tentacles extending upwards of 26 feet long.
That's the one I was talking about. He said 26. I said 30 earlier, but that's pretty close. I know what I'm talking about. And I wish I didn't.
And even creatures like the siphonophore, a floating amalgamation made of a colony of zooids chaining themselves together, hundreds of feet in length.
Hundreds?
For over 90% of the ocean, sunlight is not able to penetrate, fostering an environment in which life like this needs to adapt to survive. A region known as the abyssal plain makes up 70% of the entire seafloor as we know it. However, because of the lack of sunlight, plants and vegetation simply cannot thrive down there. This, in a way, presents a natural conundrum, as the bottom of the food chain typically relies on flora for satiation. And so, this is where a phenomenon known as marine snow comes into play.
Keep me company.
Made up of decomposed organisms from above,
my greatest fear in this video.
Fecal matter,
hi, buddy.
Sand.
What is that thing?
I would be remiss, however,
kind of fish
if I did not state that these are mere postulations, as the phenomenon of abyssal grazing further
Let me
next
see that
view.
again. What kind of fish is this? Why are its eyes on the front of its head? Does it even need eyes?
Be remiss,
it's
however,
dark down
if
there.
I did
Do any
not
of these
state
animals
that
need
these are mere
eyes?
Postulations, as the phenomenon of abyssal gigantism is still being studied. Because of the historical impossibility of exploring the deep ocean, much of how sea life survives down there is entirely unknown. Alongside this,
there's no way to know.
Over 91% of the ocean species have not even been discovered, compounding with the already extraordinary statistic that the vast majority of the deep blue remains completely unseen by human eyes. Well, we haven't.
How do you even calculate such a statistic? 91% of the species down there haven't even been discovered yet. But how can you know? How can you know if we haven't even discovered them yet? It could be like 99.9% of species haven't been discovered yet. We'd have no way of knowing. How do you calculate such a statistic?
It goes without saying that the ocean is treacherous, yet that hasn't slowed those eager to explore it. The allure of underwater caves, blue holes, and ocean cliffsides make for an experience both riveting and spiritually fulfilling. However, it's unfortunately fairly common for deep sea dives to go awry.
What's that other channel called? Interesting Fates, I believe?
On the 28th of April 2000, 22-year-old Yuri Lipsky geared up for a dive within the Blue Hole in Egypt.
Horror story. Scary Interesting, that's what it's called.
One of its standout features is its underwater arch.
Oh god.
It's been reported that the Blue Hole is deceptive, appearing to be much shorter than it is when you manage to get down there. Alongside this, it bears areas with strong down currents, making for a physically grueling experience.
Whoa.
When inside, depth and oxygen monitoring are a must. Yet Lipsky, fully aware of the risks involved with such an intensive dive, maintained
You have got to be a crazy motherfucker to try and attempt this. I mean, actually batshit bonkers to want to go down there and do this. That's all I can think. Oh, look at this. From 2000? That's when I was born.
At 5:03 p.m., Lipsky embarks into the depths. Contrary to standard procedure, he attempts this dive not in a group, but alone. For the first 2 minutes, you can observe Yuri swimming parallel to surface until he's over the deepest point of the Blue Hole.
Bruh.
He then begins a slow controlled
Batshit
descent
bonkers.
He begins releasing air from his BCD, or buoyancy compensation device, in hopes of sinking faster.
Of course. Should have known. Kilby here is going to help me be brave. Isn't that right, buddy? What do you think of this, huh? What, you don't like it? Yeah, I don't like it so much neither. Yeah, look, he wants to run. Kilby is not a deep sea animal.
His regulator begins to work harder to supply Yuri with the increased amount of oxygen he's taking in, evident by the numerous wheezes we hear throughout this footage. The alarm from his dive monitor sounds, signaling that his depth is reaching a critical level.
A critical level? Fuck that. And I think he's reaching a critical level depth right now, and I'll bet you he's not even like 10% of the way down. Or some crazy shit. Nowhere even near close. What's that? Is that him? Like, look, you just can't even see anything. Oh, I hate this. You just can't even see. What is that?
Yuri is now over 270 feet below surface, signaling a multitude of inconvenient truths. The oxygen in his tank is quickly becoming toxic.
Oh, wait.
His buoyancy is dwindling, and an effect known as nitrogen narcosis is plaguing him, instilling a sensation of complete drunkenness.
Oh, get high off of it. Cool. You gotta get out of there, my guy.
At 5:09 p.m.,
he's gonna get
Yuri
the bends.
Approaches the bottom of the blue
going
hole
up too quick.
at over 300 feet deep.
Like, why would he do this to himself?
He fully inflates his BCD in hopes of returning to the surface. However, it's entirely ineffective, as the downforce of the ocean negates any semblance of buoyancy.
No way.
This realization appears to cause him to panic, because his tank is now empty. He's disoriented. Yuri Lipsky.
God, just anything could come out of anywhere at any moment. Oh, I can't even watch, bro. He's on like his last few breaths of air, too. Fuck, what a horrifying way to go. God, I keep expecting him to turn around and then there's just gonna be something there. Yeah, I know, Kilby. Like, why would you ever attempt such a thing alone? Let that be a lesson. Buddy system, always.
Yuri Lipsky met his demise in one of the most dangerous diving locations in the world. He embarked to set a personal record to achieve a depth that he had never before seen.
Well, he achieved that record.
Pursuit, lost his life to the grueling conditions.
Don't let nobody ever say he did not achieve that personal record, because by God, he did it. He made it down there.
However, the same can't be said for a multitude of others that have met the same fate.
How did they get him, though, down there?
Online,
did anyone even know he was down there?
Discovering the remains of their counterparts with their gear still intact. And it's haunting knowing that if those specific divers did not dive in that specific spot, their remains may have never been found, forever confined to the pitch black crypt that is the deep sea.
Jeez. God, that's just horrifying to think about. I'll tell you what, this isn't doing me any favors in terms of thalassophobia. In fact, this is just making me hate the ocean even more. Oh shit, what the hell?
Superstorms leveling entire cities.
No, that's horrifying too.
Rocking man's largest ships like a bath-time toy. And rogue waves that emerge from nowhere, destroying even the largest and safest of oil rigs.
Speaking of oil rigs, how the fuck do they build those? These things are like in the middle of the ocean, right? How the fuck do they build these? I've always wondered. How? Like, these pillars, where do they go down to? Do they really go all the way down to the bottom? Or is it floating? Or is it anchored down? I have no idea. Somebody, if anybody knows, please
remnants of over 3 million
share in the comments.
Exist on the seafloor, with thousands upon thousands of massive man-made objects accompanying them.
Yeah, this is
much like the remains of divers. These relics imply
There's like a subset of thalassophobia or something. Submechanophobia. Something like that.
And signify defeat and death, lost by the hand of an environment we had set out to tame.
God, what?
And an everlasting
like algae
token
and barnacles
of failure.
and shit.
There's an interesting subset of thalassophobia called submechanophobia.
I just want to let the record show. I just said that like exact same phrase, like practically verbatim, word for word. I swear I could write for NEXPO. NEXPO, if you're watching this, hire me. Hire me. I can be your scriptwriter. Look, I'm saying all the things you're saying before you're saying them.
It's this primordial repulsion caused by the crippling uncanniness of an object that does not belong, compounded with the
I don't know if I
lack
could
of
come up
any
with that word though. Primordial repulsion. Fuck, that's a cool phrase. He just comes up with cool words. I love how well written all of NEXPO's videos are. They're just so well written, well crafted, well edited. Just everything from pre to post production is just like top notch with this guy. Like it almost plays itself out like a story. Fuck, I love watching these videos. They're so good.
But it isn't always abandoned structures though, as video like this one.
I don't like this. What is that? God, just look at how foggy everything is. Like, you can't see clear. Why are you under it?
Also exemplify this phobia in its purest form. For me personally, submechanophobia persists because of the total inability to fully see an object as it truly is. Whether it's the fear of sea life, or its infinite size, or how dark it is, or how much we truly don't know about it.
All of the above.
Or its capability of devastation, or its grip on human life. One thing has and will always hold true.
Sorry, I'm like, I gotta hold my breath
The
through
ocean
these.
Is fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
It's an unforgiving
To put it
frontier
simply,
harboring
NEXPO,
some of
buddy.
the most harrowing
To put it
life and
simple.
environmental enigmas on the planet. Throughout history, it's been said that the moment you enter the ocean, you enter the food chain. Yet, contrary to how it is on land,
I don't want to think of it like
in their
that.
world, in their vast
What
abyss
is
of
that?
darkness, humankind
What is that a
nowhere near
skeleton
the top.
of? Oh, no thanks. Just diving down headfirst into the abyss. You don't have any idea what's down there. You don't know what you're going into. Absolutely nutty. Well, thank you, NEXPO, for making another great video. Let me like that. If you guys like that at all, make sure you go check out and subscribe to NEXPO. He makes literally some of the best content on YouTube, I would argue for. Like I was saying, just so well made. He's got a nice voice too, doesn't he? He's got a wonderful, wonderful voice. Thank you all for watching this reaction. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below too if you feel so, what's the word? If you feel so compelled. If you feel so compelled, please do.